welcome back to Sightless Gamer Hack. My name's Rachel. You alright? We're back for Murder Mystery Monday and we are picking up exactly where we left off last time. We have just investigated the murder of Sir Carmichael and we have discovered that there is a thread running through all of this where everybody had stockings or there was a stocking salesman. So, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. So we've just received another letter. What is this? What is our objectives? So we have to compare the new letter. I have some stuff in my notebook. Yeah, we've just interviewed Donald Fraser. So we're going to go and compare our letters. Hastings is in a bit of a tizzy because we were mean to some young ladies. We weren't really mean. We were just doing our job, and Hastings is a bit of an old romantic, you know. Right, let's compare these letters.
Let us examine this more closely.
Again, the eyes.
Certain characters in the two letters.
The eyes.
Yes, this I is weird.
The A.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual.
And the lowercase w.
The W is not printed properly.
So let us go and look at
Right.
this
Let's
one.
compare this with the other letter.
Again, same again. I.
Yes, this I is weird.
Okay, so
However, the characters in the two words do not match.
do the I again.
Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I
Okay,
have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
and then it's the A. We know this. We've been here before. We know what it is. He's using a typewriter with some defects. The A, the I, and the W.
That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects.
I mean, we kind of know
I
it's
have
the
to find
same
some
guy anyway. You know what I mean? He's trying to become notorious, a serial killer, if we will.
Let us compare this with the other letter.
So it appears that we have potentially met our murderer.
Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects.
A stocking salesman
My
called
theory
Mr.
was right.
Cust.
These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Okay.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. What's this?
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a methodical madman. It's highly probable that the Alphabet Murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities and villages whose names begin with a D, and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population.
Flipping Nora.
Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations. Daily Blag, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case.
How rude.
Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast.
What?
This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, of which he's so proud, being duller than...
I'm going to slap Hastings.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
You're getting a slap with a glove, mate. How rude. How rude. Where are these fragments? Are they over here? Oh, they might be over there where Hastings is. I'm going to have a look over here anyway, just in case.
Hastings' photo album. He's very proud of his bag.
We've looked at these before. Okay. I think that the other letters that I need to look at are by the door where Hastings is. Who is in a tizzy?
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Where are they then? Oh, they're here. Okay.
Now, down to work. What of this needs putting in order a little?
Click too fast. Okay. Right, so this feels like a corner piece. Can we move them? This feels like another corner piece. That feels like a corner piece. This feels like a corner piece. Can I grab that? Yeah, okay. Corner piece. No. It's the bottom piece. Maybe this one will go. This is an edge. Okay. It feels like an edge. That feels like an edge.
This page is finished.
Okay.
That's done. 3 more.
Here you are. Oh, they're just little puzzles. Okay. This potentially looks like a top piece. Maybe this one. Okay, so then this oddly shaped one will go
This
here.
does not look too difficult.
Then this one. And then this one.
This page is finished.
These look like
And
they've
that's
come
2
out of a
done.
book rather than a letter, like a, I don't know, maybe a little missive or something. That looks like the bottom. Potentially this is that edge. Maybe not. Maybe this one. Oh, okay. That one maybe? And this one. That looks like it goes there. And then this bottom one.
This page is finished. Only 1 more.
Is that a deer? They're little love notes maybe. That looks like it goes there. That's an edge.
It's so simple.
Bottom.
This does not look too...
And then that's the middle. Okay, that was straightforward. That's
This
fine.
page is finished.
Okay.
All the pages are reconstructed.
Okay, cool. So now we use the bottle
A
and the
bottle
cloth.
of solvent.
On the cloth. I use the
The
cloth.
cloth is now soaked with
I use the cloth. Use the cloth on the pages. Let's have a little look if we can read them.
Got it. Make a note, Hastings. Make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look. Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find?
Oh. Hang on a second.
Shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte.
Cough that's affecting her voice.
While wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia.
This is our potential killer here, Mr. Cost.
Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
That's our next
Now
guy.
try and get our brain cells to work.
What? What is going on? So somebody has been in the record. They're Dr. Carmichael's records. Where do the burned documents come from? Let's have a look. So Carmichael Clark's medical records have been consulted recently. And what have we got here? All the victims suffered from throat afflictions. Mrs. Asher's name is visible on the burned documents. Let's see if I can pause it when the stuff comes up on it. Ah, damn it. The documents have come from his thing.
The burned
Why is
documents
that so
are medical
quick?
records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D. And it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
I think there's two
Why burn
conspiracies
these
going on
files?
here.
How come the names of the two victims appear on them? And who are the two other patients?
These are very good questions.
I think we can assume that Mr. What's-his-face. Was it? Ooh. Let's answer the phone.
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cost.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust. How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers.
Yes, I
That's a
do.
serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
The hotel. Indicate the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Say to search all of Doncaster. Indicate the Ginger Cat. Says to search the Black Swan
Not
Hotel.
The Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
encourage Jack. Call us. Let's call instead.
Chief Inspector, I would rather call myself.
As you wish. Please go ahead.
I think there's potentially two conspiracies going
Hello,
on
the best
here.
one. Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help you?
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
No. Let's speak to you.
No, it is you I wish to speak with.
But who is this Cust?
He's a crook. He's a killer. Ask who's heard about the investigation. Just say that he's a crook, I think. We don't want to alarm him.
A crook? He seems such a decent chap. Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Oh, yes, completely harmless.
Warn him that Cust is dangerous. Put the danger into perspective. Cust is only a suspect. He's only a suspect right
We
now.
must not overestimate the danger. After all, we are not absolutely sure he is guilty.
What should I do?
Ask him to overpower him. Just keep an eye on him.
Watch it.
I'm not convinced. No,
Leave the
I think
hotel,
something
watch
else
where
is
he
going on
heading.
here.
I'll call the police in Doncaster immediately. When they arrive, keep out of the way.
Oh, indeed. I shall keep out of the way. I have a bad heart, you see, and a big shot could kill me. Thank you for having warned me.
I hope he lives.
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train. While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand.
Okay.
À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
I wonder if Cust is a patsy then,
With
maybe?
pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
The dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
I like my
But an
dentist.
unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings.
She's very nice.
I will manage on my own.
Okay.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
I can't remember how the ABC murders ended. It's been a while since I watched them. Let's speak to the landlady. Bonjour. Let's have a wee observe. Where are you going, sir?
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jubb told me that you might be coming.
Okay. Tell her that she is of great help. Get annoyed seeing her peel potatoes. She is of great help.
You may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cust left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
Congratulate her for her observation. Ask her how she knew about the ABC. I'm going to congratulate her. She seems the
You were
type
right.
that needs
You did go to
fluffing.
Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the war. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Do you think it was blood?
Do you think it was blood?
Well, when I saw them, I thought, look, he spilled his wine or his soup all over himself. But now that I think about it, well, they did look like blood.
Mm.
Got used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always unwell on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Right, okay.
I remember one thing. Bexhurst by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Ask us to continue. Point out that Bexhill is not the only seaside resort. Let's get her to continue. She might give us something interesting.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Ask when he started buying newspapers. Ask for more details. When did he start buying
When did
them?
he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churchton. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Okay. Can we observe? Let's have a little look.
This woman appears to be in a good mood.
What am I zoning in on here? Something.
I really would like to help, but I think I've said all I have to say.
What am I trying to zone in on here? Oh, there we go.
Mrs.
Relaxed
Marbury is
posture.
in good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel.
That took a little long.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Okay. We're just going to take the key then. I mean, we're going to have a little look anyway.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
I don't know, I can't see what that says. Let's take the key and then speak to Miss Marbury again. Boop.
I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
I'm gonna say it to her. Let's talk. Okay.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favor. Mr. Custer was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
Okay, I'm going to be
It
understanding.
doesn't matter, provided that you remember to change the sheets.
Oh, do you think so?
Well, we're going to his room now. Oh, there's a lot going on in here, isn't there? Oh, what's this?
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there.
Well, he did cough. It did say in his medical notes that he coughs up blood. Let's check my appearance. Obviously. Let's check the bottles. What do we have here? This appears to be similar to the other stuff. Let's have a look.
Laudanum Cameron's chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Yeah, we're going to take this. Let's have a look at this. What's this one?
Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
He seems to be on some powerful drugs. Let's check the bed.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
Crockery's in a mess. Slightly misaligned bed. Oh, what's this over here? It's a typewriter.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Let's have a little look at the desk. It may be our typewriter. So we have some spilled ink.
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter we will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
Doesn't necessarily mean he did it, though. I'm starting to become a little bit suspicious, to be honest.
Did when you opened the window, or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning?
I don't think Mrs. Marbury has cleaned in here.
A long-bladed knife, a murderer's weapon. This subject would probably be useful to me.
We're going to go confront him, I think.
It's an ABC. Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
Okay, let's have a look at the typewriter.
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Think we can undo this.
The right-hand reel has been removed.
Think we can read the left-hand one as well, and then take the ribbon out. It's been a long time since I've used a typewriter.
The left-hand reel has been removed.
Oh, I can see on the ribbon though. Should be able to take that out now. Zoom in on the typing plate. Can I take it out? There we go.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
Okay.
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
Yeah, look. See, there we go. Right, what's this new objective that's just popped up? Search Cust's room. So we've done that. Witnesses, landlady, notebook witness, Mrs. Marsbury, sublets. I wonder if...
ABC guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders. It's closed.
Can we open it? What have we got here? Use a
This
knife.
knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings.
Stockings and ABC guides. Okay, let's have a look in his closet. What do we have here?
Bexhill daily paper. Dated from the day of the Bexhill murder.
There we go, there's our proof.
Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What have I missed here? Where was Cust at the time of the Bexhill murder? I'm going. Cust's room was rented to someone on July 25th. Betty had a photo phone. Donald key to the room. Okay. Cust was probably in Bexhill on the day of the murder.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
Well, apparently not, because there's something else to see here.
Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Okay. I have some reservations.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
Bye.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Okay, let's talk to Jap.
I had best talk to Jap.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty.
I have some
Any
doubt.
element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for.
The burned letters give me
Now try
doubt.
and get our brain cells to work.
I think somebody wants us to think that Cust is the murderer, or maybe he did kill them and he's just been set up. I don't know. Was it possible for Cust to have killed all victims? He was in Bexhill. Came from his Cust was in Churston. What else have we got here? Keeps the newspapers. Knife lied about his destination. Cust was in Andover, so he was there all 3. So he was in all of the towns. Are there any common points between Cust and the killer? He from the typewriter. What else have we got? He suffers from. He has ABC guides at home. And what else do we have? He had blood on him. He suffers from hematitis. He brings up blood. He lied about his destiny. The knife, maybe? The knife. He could have committed the crimes. He could have. Is Cuss' behaviour suspicious? He keeps newspapers that talk about the murders. He lied about his destination. He had blood on him. Guilty. But I don't know. I don't know.
The knife, the bloodstained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury's on Cuss' shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis.
Hemoptysis.
Michael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cuss' collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind.
He also suffers from amnesia, takes laudanum, and a powerful sedative.
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
I haven't missed anything, Jap. Spotted everything, my guy. Go to Scotland Yard. We get in the taxi.
To Scotland Yard, please.
I'm gonna go and talk to Mr. Cust. Let's do a wee observe of our guy.
This man is not in good shape.
No, he is not. Lowered eyes, shaking hands, crumpled
He's worried
jacket.
and very tired. And other police have been hard on him.
I thought he was in Doncaster. So where we
What do
chat.
you want from me?
Ask if he knows who he's speaking to him. Present yourself. Ask who he is.
Good day, Mr. Cust. I am Hercule Poirot.
Ah, you're the detective.
Talk about the letters. Ask why you sent the letters. Why did you send the letters?
Send me a letter before each crime.
Why all these questions? When are you going to stop pestering me?
Get him to admit that he has forgotten it. Do you know what? Let's...
Très bien. You did not hide these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Probably one of my enemies. I have many.
Do you? Ask if he is capable of killing. Accuse him of being the killer. Admit that you do not believe he is a murderer. Oh, do you know what? I don't think he is a murderer. I think he's a patsy.
Capable of murder, Mr. Cust.
I hope not.
Or maybe he is and he was just, I don't know. Insist on the fact that he joined the war. Get him to talk about the army. This one.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Accuse him of Dr. Clark's murder, accuse him of the 3 murders, get him to believe he's innocent. I mean, we could try.
Of course, you never considered killing a doctor who took such good care of you.
No. No, never.
Ask him if he acknowledges going to 3 towns. Say that witnesses saw him. Let's say the
You were
witnesses.
seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot, but not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The
What?
company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself. It proves that you wrote them. There you go.
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember.
Well, maybe it could be and he just doesn't remember.
I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
I have some drugs though. Do you have a headache? Gothic confessional. Has he got a headache? I have. What do I have here? Sedative? Why have I walked over there? This one?
Take this. It will help you.
Just drugging our suspect, you know what I mean?
I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Do you know what? We're going to leave that for now.
And what conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us
All
now
kinds of
try
notifications.
And get our brain cells to work.
Okay, new objective. Is Cust innocent? What do we know about his health? Well, he's in poor health. There we go. So he is in poor health. See if there's anything else. Has a problem with his throat. Coughs up blood. He suffers from absences. Physically weak and not really the profile of our killer. Mentally and physically weak. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt in the Churston murder? There we go. Stains on the buttonholes. He had no reason to kill them. He did not appear to recognise Poirot. He was attacked from behind with blood spurting in the direction of the sea. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt? He didn't recognise Hercule for the start. Didn't recognise Hercule. And he had no reason to kill them. No. He says he did not write the letters. He had blood on him. You would expect a murderer to keep newspapers articles about all the crimes, but Cust's collection starts in Churston, as if he heard about the case late on. That one. There are several details which show that Cust is not guilty. Can we say without a shadow of a doubt that Cust is guilty? I don't think we can. I mean, yeah, he says he didn't write the letters, and he also had no reason. Not guilty.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
I think this is something
There
to
is
do
one
with the
point,
doctor.
Twilight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
I think this is something to do with the
Never mind his
doctor.
motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on,
He's
he
very
behaved like a guilty
malleable.
man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down, he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view.
Well, who the hell could it be?
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
I do have a suspicion. I'm not sure yet. Is Cust clever? I don't think he did. He is. He said something about the army. I wonder if that's here. There we go. The army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions, just orders to follow. He's mediocre. Is he self-confident? I don't think he is. Medium-sized glasses, dark suit, felt hat, not the sort of man you notice. Can't even read that. Very hesitant and shy. There we go. Is he a seducer? No. She forgot all about him. Without charm. Does Cust likes trains? No, he does not. The landlady said that he got sick on trains. Is Cust impulsive? He is parsimonious. He keeps pencils and sharpens them until there's nothing left. It's clear that he did not grow up in luxury. I think it might be this, but I can't see what that actually says, so I'm just going to take a punt. No, he's cold. Is he generous? No. No, not even. He's a bit miserly.
You see? Cust's character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of
I
inquiry.
have a suspect.
What should I do?
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
Potentially two suspects. I think these other murders were done to cover up a single murder. Right, where am I?
To White Heaven, please.
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe 1 or 2 details.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver into your pocket before they do.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Trust me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will lend you mine.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait 1 moment, I will bring you my weapon.
Yeah, I can't bring you on in this, Hastings, because you too much of a quiet boy. Why am I looking at this again?
Hastings' photo album. He is very proud of his bag.
Why am I looking at this again? Oh, apparently I need to. Okay.
Churston, Devon, population 500 inhabitants. Hourly of trains.
Yeah, we've looked at this before.
London Church.
There you go. We've looked at that before. We know what that says. Okay. Where is my gun, do we think? Let's look at those newspapers.
Daily Flicker, September the 11th, 1935. ABC affair, Terminus Doncaster, Japp and Poirot arrest the killer. A.B. Cust is the name of the alphabet murderer. The police have arrested him in a hotel in Doncaster.
ABC.
Was preparing to kill fourth.
You could tell I'm tired, eh? And they just got that.
Dunbar, the establishment manager. Mr. Dunbar owes his life to the miraculous intervention of Inspector Japp of Scotland Yard and Detective Hercule Poirot. The Lancet, September 11th, 1935. General Medical Journal. The alphabet murderer is not psychotic, according to Professor Thompson. In an early issue, we claimed that the alphabet murderer was not psychotic. Our assertion has just been confirmed by Professor Thompson, a Scotland Yard expert, who has spoken to the prisoner at great length. Not all obsessional killers are psychotic, he explained. It is true that Cust has a disturbed personality and memory disorders. But his amnesia, whether real or pretended, does not alter the fact that he was perfectly lucid at the time of his acts. Therefore, he will not escape punishment.
Okay. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a gun, aren't I? Where could it be? Let's look in the mirror. Just because we can. Maybe in this cabinet with the cayman on it? Where is my gun? Is there anything over this side of the room? Oh, hang on. There we go.
Ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets.
Let's take the blanks, I
The
think.
revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
Because I don't... I feel like at some point Hastings is going to point this at someone, and I don't really want him to be responsible for killing someone he doesn't really need to kill. Why are you going over there? I quite clearly clicked on
What about
Hastings.
telling me what you have in mind?
No, just take the gun. It's fine.
You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait one moment, I will bring you my weapon.
Okay, and now I'm going to give that weapon. Where's my gun? Which one's the gun? This one. To Hastings. Here you go, Hastings.
Voila, I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used, it is almost new.
Okay. What have we got next? Answer the telephone. He lives at Marbury Guest House, where he rents a room on a yearly basis. He's a door-to-door stocking seller. He was in each town where there's murder. He does not deny committing the crime. He has no memory of doing so. He is like the ultimate patsy, isn't he? I cannot even hear the telephone ringing.
Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
I can check the typewriter.
I
And
feel like this is something to do with that doctor.
We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind, I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you brought us here, Mr. Poirot?
Since Cust's arrest, I thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray formally identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones found at my aunt's.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open. And one question is, why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Xenophobia? Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be wrong, but maybe by provoking you, he was looking for glory?
All these theories should be studied. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why did the murderer make a mistake on the address? Let's have a look what clues we have here. We have a piece of envelope. Xenophobia, glory, inferiority. His address is not well known. What have we got here? Save the murderer. Where is he? The mistake is intentional. Why did the killer send his letter to Hercule Poirot? I don't know. Maybe his address is not well known, so he wrote to Poirot because his address is not very well known.
Is everything clear now?
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churton, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers, because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected, and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
Oh.
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost.
Oh, so it was about Sir.
Absolument. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating
3 murders to
murderer.
cover up 1.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
Do madmen... I mean, if he's mad, he might have 2 very different sides.
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of a psychopath.
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What do we know about Cust? Let's have a look. He's very easily influenced. Tries to overcome his sickness by travelling often by train. Buys newspapers that report on the case. He wanted to see the crime scenes. I know. Alice Asher and Betty Barnard are in Dr. Clark's medical records. Cust was a door-to-door salesman. It is a coincidence that he went to the victims' towns. Cust went to Bexhill because he wanted to swim. Cust was in the war. He's never quite been the same in the head since. There we go. Cust was wounded during the war. Those are both the same, aren't they? Oh, different. Cust is mentally fragile and easy to manipulate. How to explain Cust's presence? Bexhill, he wanted to swim. Travelling often by train. He was a door-to-door salesman. Oh, that's not right. So what would be right? Let's try a different approach. Cuss was manipulated, the killer made him go to those towns. Oh my god, why doesn't it give me enough time to read them?
Provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cuss once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cuss was following him closely. Cuss' highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cuss to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from three completely
Could be Donald.
different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed
But I
all
feel
the
like it might be
crimes.
Franklin.
What should we take from that?
Say that one murder is of interest to the killer. Say that the murderer kills for pleasure. Say that there are 3 murderers. Say that the killer... I think we can say for sure that only one of the murders was a proper murder.
Just diversions. On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
Franklin, Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes,
Oh.
mademoiselle, that's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his
Brother?
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
He worked. His firm worked. Donald's firm worked for
He
Clark.
works for Court and Brunskill, one of whose clients was Sir Carmichael.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it, and you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
I don't know.
Or Mr. Franklin Clark.
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is Donald clever? I think that he is. Let's have a look what this says. Boop. Would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous. Adults. He's a bright man with a promising career ahead of him. That's what we need. Yes, he's clever. Is he self-confident? Let's have a look. I sleep on the train. Women seem to like him. There we go. Has doubts about himself. Easy to influence. Is he a seducer? Well, women like him. Seducer. He does like trains. He does like trains. Is Donald impulsive? She likes him. He would have been. He's always okay. This one. Quick-tempered, and then generous. Close enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Sounds just like Hastings. It's weird.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is Franklin clever? Yeah, he had a school report, didn't he? School report. Oh, look at me clicking on the right thing. According to his teachers, Franklin was a good student but lacked discipline. He is clever. Is Franklin sure of himself? I have no idea what that says. What was that one? I think it's sweet. Take Franklin, he's fallen for a sweet. Let's try that one. He is self-confident. Is he a seducer? Where's the married man one? Here we go. Does he like trains? The railway children? He does like trains. I'd laugh if it turned out to be the secretary. Is he impulsive? Maybe that one. I can't see what that says. Oh yeah, there we go. He's cold. Is he generous? Oh yeah, he offered to pay for Thingy's ticket.
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up. Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance
Because of
is
this
lawfully
lady
mine.
here.
I just have to wait.
Oop.
No, you had to act quickly.
Say that Thora Grey bothered him. Say that Franklin was impatient.
Because of Miss Grey.
Bum bum bum.
Mademoiselle, also you haven't been telling the truth. There is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Grey had children by your brother, you would not have inherited a thing.
Dun dun dun.
You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Bum bum bum.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
How do you know that?
Oh no, you know perfectly well. That is not true. Eh bien voilà, light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
Your theories are ingenious, but you haven't any proof.
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff.
Invent an item of proof found in Alice Astor's tobacco shop. Lie about the fingerprints found on the cust. Typewriter. Say that you have proof is going to be easy to find. I mean...
One thing proves it. The prints you left on Cust's typewriter.
Enough.
Oh, of course you wiped the typewriter before sending it. But not carefully enough. Scotland Yard has found your print along with those of Cust.
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter. And why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
Game set.
You knew all this stuff and you didn't say anything.
But it was worth trying.
She was not helpful. Oh, I'm glad I put blanks in it now.
I'll never let you take me, Mr. Poirot.
You can still get hurt doing blanks, you know. At least I don't have to clean brains off the wall.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark. There is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used blanks. I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
Oh no. Oh, Oh, hanging was still a thing. All of that. Wow.
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England. Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married. On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better.
Maybe
And
she
a
was
few
being
months later,
poisoned.
to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission. Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since.
Oh, Franklin was poisoned. Somebody was
Journal of an
poisoned.
Innocent. The incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire.
Oh, nice.
Even more popular than York Minster.
Ooh. He almost got away with it. I'm glad I put blanks in that gun, because cleaning his brains off the wall would have been not the best. Not the best, you know what I mean? But yeah, so it was Franklin, and it was all for money. And he was very clever and also a little bit sloppy. I did kind of suspect him once we investigated the Churston thing, and I was like, hang on a second, something's not quite right here. But yeah, it was fine. So yeah, that was Agatha Christie's The ABC Murders. Not my favourite, but not the worst. I could have done without some of the puzzles being broken, but there we are. So I will be back in a fortnight with some more Murder Mystery Monday, with probably another Hercule Murder Mystery. I haven't decided which one yet. I'm just going to check what games I've got, and then it'll be a surprise. It might be some more classic Hercule, I think, maybe. But yeah, if you would like to join me for that, there is an end card coming up with a link back into my channel. You can also check out everything else that I've been doing over there. I will also be playing some more Paleo Pines and some more Rain World and various other things that I've got going on. I also have a new project that I'm going to be starting, potentially another channel. But shh, it's a secret, don't tell anyone. But yeah, feel free to pop over there, watch a few more videos, throw some likes my way. You know how it be, you got to pay the toll. But thank you very much for joining me. Have a lovely week, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.